Hello first grade. So today we are working on collaborating with nature, and we're going to explore nature and how artists use nature to create. And what we're going to do is you're going to get 4 small white pieces of paper, and you're going to need to write your name on all 4 of them. Your name and the day you have art, day A, day B, day C. Okay, and we're going to draw on our background knowledge. Earlier in the school year, I had you paint a watercolor wash, and you're going to do the same thing today. You're going to paint a watercolor wash on each paper, and I want you to use 2 different colors on each paper. And I think what looks nice is if you use colors that are similar, like red and orange, yellow and green, green and blue, violet and red. And what I do first is I get my paintbrush wet and I pull the bristles along the edge of the oval, and I get a puddle of water on top of the colors that I'm going to use. Now if you want to do the same 2 colors on all 4 papers, you can, or you can do 2 different colors on each paper. So remember that a wash is made up of a lot of water and a little bit of paint. So I'm going to get a little bit of red and add the red, and I just like to go horizontally, and I'm going to use 2 colors, so I'm going to leave some space for my second color, rinse my paintbrush off, go to my next color. With watercolor, you don't dig your paintbrush down deep in there, you just gently touch the paint that's under the water, and really what you're doing is painting the water that's sitting on top, that puddle that we created first to get the watercolor softened up. Okay, so that's my first one. No white paper should be showing. Then you're going to pick this up and move this out of your way. Okay, then you're going to move this one out of the way. So when you're finished, your paintbrush goes in the bowl of water, and you're going to take your 4 papers and put them on the manila placemat. So you're going to put them side by side on the manila placemat, all 4 papers, so that you can then put the manila placemat on the drying rack with all 4 pieces. If you put the pieces on there without the manila placemat, they fall through the drying rack because the openings are just too big for these small papers. So put all 4 on your placemat and put it on the drying rack. Okay, so when you get your 4 papers back, your 4 watercolor washes back, and the paper's nice and dry, we're going to now do some leaf printing. So this is how we're going to use nature. So remember that our learning objective is to explore nature and how artists use nature to create. So we're going to use a real leaf to create some leaf prints onto our watercolor wash papers. So you're going to get a placemat, but you're also going to get a little piece of newsprint to go underneath your leaf that we're going to paint, because we don't want to get the black paint onto our painted papers where we don't want it. So what you're going to do is take a dry paintbrush, you're going to dip it in the black paint, and you're going to paint the top surface of your leaf. And so we have the newsprint here because you can see you're getting paint on. You're going to paint the edges of your leaf, so you're going to get that on the newsprint. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and set it on the newsprint. Then I'm going to lift my leaf up. I'm going to put it over here in the clean area, and I'm going to take one of my watercolor wash papers, the painted side, I'm going to put down on top of the leaf, and I need to think about, do I want it to fit? It's probably, this leaf is pretty big, it's going to probably hang off the sides. And you're going to set the paper down carefully, and then you're going to rub. Try not to move the leaf or the paper, just rub through, and you can feel through the paper where the leaf is. So you're going to rub it with your hand, and then you're going to carefully pull your paper up and look at the leaf print that you got. It's very pretty. So now you're going to move the leaf back over here, and you can see here I've got some black paint on my blue placemat, and I don't want that to get on my painted paper. So I'm going to take a dry paper towel and wipe that up there, and then I'm going to repaint this leaf on the same side that I painted before. Now you don't have to put a lot of black paint on this leaf to get it to print. Set my paintbrush down, move my leaf out of this mess, because I don't want that on my paper. I want the leaf shape to be on my paper. And so now on this one, I fit almost all of it on there, but it runs off the side, so I think I'm going to do one where it's higher up on my paper. And then set my paper down and rub without moving my paper or the leaf. Lift my paper up, and there's another leaf print. Move my leaf back over here, get that same paper towel, clear off my placemat, and repaint this leaf again with some more black paint. Brush down, move my leaf over. This time I'm going to make my paper just a little bit crooked. Okay, then you're going to pull your paper up. Finally, the last print, clean your placemat off. Okay, so the leaf you can throw away. Take your dry paper towel and clean off your placemat. This will go in the sink to be washed up. The paint cup will go back on the counter. These two things can be thrown away, and your blue placemat will go with the rest of the blue placemats over on the shelf. So when you get your leaf prints back and they're dry, you're going to get a large white piece of paper, and we're going to glue these down onto the white paper so that we can prepare our work for presentation. So you're going to use your pencil to write your name and the day you have art, day A, day B, day C, and then you're going to fold it in half with your name on the outside, and then you're going to fold it in half again so that you get 4 rectangles. Now I'm going to open this back up. I'm going to fold it going the other way so it'll lay flat for me. And now I have 4 rectangles. These rectangles are where I'm going to put my 4 leaf prints. And you're going to put them right in the middle of the rectangle. So we're not going to take our pencil and draw here because we don't want those ugly pencil lines on the front. We want to prepare our work and make it look pretty for presentation so that everybody sees it. So you're going to get a glue bottle, open it up, pick the dry glue off the top. You're going to flip your leaf print over and you're going to do a frame of glue. You have to do a frame of glue. These leaf prints won't lay very flat for you. You're going to flip it over and you're going to find the middle of this one rectangle, this top right rectangle. You're going to hold this down and get that to give the glue some time to get sticky. Next one, frame of glue. Find the middle of the top left rectangle. You can also use this one to line up the bottom and the top. Frame of glue. Bottom left. Line up the 2 sides of the paper. See any of these papers hanging off the white paper. I don't want to see them any of them crooked. I want you to really take your time and place these right in the middle of the rectangle so that your artwork looks ready for presentation. Then you're going to take this and you're going to put this on the drying rack to dry. And there you have your finished collaborating with nature, exploring nature and how artists use nature to create. And we use nature, a nature leaf, to create these leaf prints and finish in this finished artwork. Good job, first grade.